If I could live anywhere in the world, where would that be? I think it would be a location that is warm, tropical, palm trees, similar to where I used to live in Florida. So the places that come to my mind if I think of warm places would be in the United States, Florida, Arizona, Texas, and maybe parts of Colorado. But if I had to choose out of all of those, I think I would probably pick Florida or Arizona. I'm trying to think, does Arizona have beaches? No, that's beside Texas, right? Well, it's near California, so I actually forget at this moment. I know Texas and Florida have beaches, obviously, but outside of the United States, I'm not really sure where I would even live if I could live anywhere in the world. Now, if money wasn't an issue, then I would probably go on vacation and visit New Zealand for all of the amazing landscapes that are there. And that happens to be the location of where, I'm pretty sure that's where they recorded the movie Lord of the Rings, the first three of them, back in the early 2000s. And that would be an interesting place to visit. I have not yet been out of the United States, but I would like to maybe one day. And if money wasn't an issue, I really don't know where I would go to live. I would have to look up more about geography and about the world. I was never taught much of anything in school about the geography of the planet. In history class, all of my history classes, they pretty much always talked about the exact same topics. And it was pretty much came down to about 3 different things, and that was it. That's pretty much all they taught me in history class, from when I started school in kindergarten all the way up until when I had graduated high school. And there's so much more out there in the world, and there's so much more about our history, but they never taught me any of that. I had to learn this stuff and teach myself about it outside of school to learn anything about the different countries and the different landscapes in those places and how things are in the other parts of the world. And I thought it was interesting to learn these new places, and places that have a lot of history that there's a lot to learn about would be locations over in Europe, such as with Rome, all the Spartans and the Romans and everything. And then there's some history in South America with the Aztecs and the Mayans. And then there's a lot of history in Japan as well. I think Japan would be an pretty interesting place to visit as well. But as far as a location to live, I wouldn't want to live in a place where there's a lot of people. I like to be able to get out in nature some, to have some quiet time. Although Japan does have some large parks there that are pretty quiet, I would want to live in a place that's not really remote in the middle of nowhere, but somewhere where I can get to town, that I don't have to go very far, but at the same time, kind of away from the hustle and bustle of the big cities and all of that. So I really don't know if I could live anywhere or visit anywhere in the world. Well, if money is an issue, then I'd really have to think about that as well, because I'm not really quite sure. Somewhere warm. Where would that be? Let's see, warm places. That would be anywhere in the Middle East, India, Japan, Philippines, Florida, Arizona, the Bahamas. There's so much history in all this stuff that I've actually forgotten a lot of it. And now at the moment, I have the urge to look up a bunch of stuff and learn a bunch of things about geography. I think I'll probably do that later while I'm drawing. I'll work on some drawings, think about some places that would be interesting to visit, and or just a place that I think would be interesting to learn about the history. I'm going to look that up, listen to some videos about it, learn about it while I'm drawing, and once I collect more information and learn more about this topic, then I will be able to come back to this and talk to all of you about the locations that I think would be the most interesting to me to visit. I don't really know of any places that are cold that I would want to visit. I just don't like cold weather. I do know a little bit of history about Japan, but not that much. I don't know Japanese or any other languages. I might know maybe 1 or 2 words, and that's pretty much it. Not enough for me to get around there or to live there or anything. And I think if I was to go on vacation there, not knowing any Japanese, I don't know if I would be able to figure out where I'm going or how to get about. Because I did have a friend one time that visited Japan. Well, he's actually been there twice, I think. And he knows a little bit of Japanese, but I don't know any Japanese. So I think if I was to visit there, I would probably go with him, because I would have to learn some Japanese, and from the looks of it, Japanese looks difficult to understand or learn. But anyways, I'll get more information on it, and I'll let you know next time. Thank you for watching, and you have a good day. Later.